Welcome back. Today, we are getting our workshop ready to build some incredible stuff with React. But, before we can write even one line of code, we've got to set up our command center. We're going to get your coding environment tuned up perfectly for React development.
So, you're all set to jump into React, but that first big question everybody has is, well, where do I actually write the code? What's the tool I need to even get started?
And the answer to that is a powerhouse tool called Visual Studio Code. You'll probably hear everyone call it VS Code. Just think of this as our digital workbench. It's going to be where we build pretty much everything from this point on.
Okay, so what is VS Code really? Well, it's a code editor made by Microsoft, and the best parts are, it's totally free, it's open source, and it is incredibly powerful. Honestly, it's become the go-to tool for web development for some very, very good reasons, and it's absolutely perfect for our journey into React.
Now, this often brings up a bit of confusion. Is VS Code just a text editor, or is it a big, clunky IDE? You see, a text editor is super lightweight, just for writing code. An IDE, on the other hand, is this massive suite with everything included. What makes VS Code so brilliant is that it starts out lean and fast, but then we can add these things called extensions to it, and that transforms it into the absolute best of both worlds. You get all the power without any of the slowdown. All right, enough of the theory. Let's get this tool onto your computer. We're getting into the hands-on part now, downloading and installing VS Code. And don't worry, this part is incredibly easy. Just open up your web browser and search for Visual Studio Code Download. You're going to want to click that very first official link. Once you're on the website, you'll see the options for Windows, Mac, or Linux. Just pick the one you're using, click that download button, and it will be on your machine in just a moment. Now, downloading is the easy part, but when you go to install it, there is one absolutely critical step that you do not want to skip. So pay close attention, because this next little tip is going to make your life as a developer so much easier. Okay, so as you're clicking through that installation setup, you're going to get to a screen that has a bunch of checkboxes on it. This is what I was talking about. Here's the pro tip. You want to check every single one of those boxes, especially the ones that say Open with Code. Trust me on this, you'll be thanking me later. The desktop icon, that's up to you, but I always find it helpful. Once you've done that, just click Next until it's all finished. So why did I make such a big deal about checking those boxes? Well, here's the payoff. You've now baked VS Code right into your system. What that means is you can now go to any folder on your computer, right-click on it, and you'll have an option to immediately open it as a project in VS Code. It is a massive, massive time saver. Okay, VS Code is installed. Fantastic. But right now, it's the base model. We need to add a few upgrades to turn this thing into a high-performance machine specifically for React. So let's install 5 essential extensions. That's right, just 5. You don't need to go crazy. These 5 are the absolute must-haves that will make your code way easier to read, help you write it a lot faster, and save you from some really common, frustrating bugs.
First one up is an extension called Babel JavaScript. This one is all about making our React code look good and be easy to understand at a glance.
So React uses this special kind of code called JSX, which looks a lot like HTML mixed right into your JavaScript. By default, VS Code gets a little confused by this. The Babel extension basically teaches it how to understand JSX perfectly, so you get all the right colors and highlighting. It makes your code instantly more readable and way, way easier to spot mistakes. All right, our next extension is all about one thing: speed. It's called JavaScript ES6 Code Snippets, and it is designed to make you a much, much faster coder. You know how in modern JavaScript there's a lot of stuff you have to type over and over and over again? Well, this extension gives you a ton of shortcuts. You just type a few letters, hit the tab key, and boom, it generates an entire block of code for you. It's all about writing less and doing more. Now for something that's more of a visual upgrade, but it has a huge impact on how you organize your projects. Let's get VS Code icons installed. As your projects start getting bigger, that list of files on the side can just turn into a long, boring wall of text. What this extension does is it gives every single file and folder a nice, clear little icon based on what it is. It helps you visually scan through your entire project and find exactly what you're looking for almost instantly. Okay, this next one is an absolute lifesaver. Seriously, it will prevent so many headaches. It's the bracket pair colorizer or highlighter. One of the most common bugs you'll ever run into in programming is from a missing or a mismatched bracket or parenthesis. This extension gives every matching pair of brackets its own color. So when you click on an opening bracket, its closing partner lights up in the same color. You will never get lost in a sea of nested code again.
And finally, our fifth and I think most magical extension is called Auto Rename Tag. So in JSX, you always have an opening tag and a closing tag. If you decide to change, say, a div tag to a section tag, you have to remember to change both of them. Well, this extension does it for you. You change the opening tag, and the closing one automatically updates to match it. It's such a simple little tool, but it gets rid of a whole class of really annoying mistakes.
And just like that, with VS Code installed and our 5 key extensions loaded up, our setup mission is complete. You are now officially ready to start building amazing things. So let's just do a quick recap of everything you just accomplished. You've got VS Code installed the right way, you've supercharged it with 5 essential extensions, your developer toolkit is now complete, and you are totally prepared to build your very first React application. So, with this powerful new setup ready and waiting, the only real question left is, what incredible thing are you going to build first?